In this video, I'm going to take you back to 2011 when I bought my first property through developers, and the developer then was Cosmopolitan. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all the details, but this is the second video in the episode. So if you've never watched the first one, this one here where I did the reviews on Cosmopolitan and Ekasi Noble properties, go watch this one first, then come back here. So this is how I plan to tell you about it. So I'm going to tell you about the pre-buying, what exactly happened, what was needed from me. And the second one, administration, admin, what happened. And lastly, I'm going to tell you about the fun part where I moved into my new property. So welcome to the property chat with me, K to the Jizu. If you're new, super welcome, good to have you. And those of us who are coming back week in, week out, super happy to have you, and I'm glad that you guys are coming weekly and you watch these videos, you like, you share. Please, you are really appreciated. I bought my first property using through the developers, which was Cosmopolitan. Okay, pre-buying. I was walking from work, very tired, and I had dreams of getting a house. Sharp, it was certain. And I saw an advert, go Polunya Electricity, a SMS house, that. I was like, okay, let me take a chance. You know, like risk takers, they just need to do it. So I took a chance. I SMS'd, and the guy called me like an hour later, and he said, we received your SMS, and introduced themselves. Then we selling the houses. He explained all of it. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I fully understand, and I want to buy houses. I want to buy a house. Then was a house, not houses, a house. Because we were just starting. When you start with just one idea, then you build up from whatever idea that you've started with. Okay, cool, no problem. Then I told the guy, you know what? I really appreciate everything that you're saying. I understand it completely, but I need to see the houses, and I need to see where you building these houses. You know, like, man, scams and everything is real, and it happens all the time. I didn't want any of that to happen to me, K to Jesus. Then he says, no problem. When are you available? I said, let's do it tomorrow after work, 3 p.m. Where he asked where I was, then I told him I was in Ramfontein. He said, no worries, we just in Protea land, just next to Ramfontein, Mohlaking. I will come fetch you. I'm like, no worries, you come, and we go. So he came the following day, and we went to the place. The place they were still building, it was ground, there was nothing, it was clean piece of land. However, they had 3 houses that they built for show, they call them show houses. So it was 3, it was 45 square meter, just 2 bedroom, which was very small for me. I didn't want that. And then there was 50 square meters. I think 50 square meter was 2 bedroom, slightly bigger than 45. And then they had the biggest, which was 60 square meters, was an ensuite. This one was slightly above my budget, but on their brochure, however you say it in English, they had a 55 square meter, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. I said, no one, I like this one. I chose it. Say, no worries. The part 1 done. I chose a house. Perfect. Then he said, okay, come see this extension 29 map. All the houses that are shaded red, they are the stands that are shaded red, color red, they are all sold out. People have chosen those. All those in green, you can choose anyone. So there was a lot, but there was no corner stand, there was nothing like that, which I wanted. But there was one in a T-junction, which I thought was quite cool and slightly bigger. I think it was about 250 square meters, slightly bigger. Piece of land were bigger. Then I chose that one. Cool, no problem. Then he said, okay, stage 1, selecting house done. Stage 2, selecting a piece of land done. And lastly, he needed documents from me. So what documents was he looking at? He asked me, my guy, we need bank account confirmation. You need to go to the bank and tell them that they have to create a letter to say you've been banking with us for this long and blah, 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 blah. And bank statement, he needed 6 months bank statement stamped. It was not like the recent ones Capitec where it's automatically stamped. Nope. And then he needed letter of employment confirmation. This was to confirm with the employer to say KG is employed, he's working for us as a teacher in Gauteng Department of Education. And then lastly, they needed ID certified copy. So those are the things we needed. And then all of this I submitted about three days later. And then I kept them going to the place to see the progress. What's happening? Is this a scam or not? You know, like when you have all of those and you've had quite a lot of people say, hey, but all of us, we've had that, and all of us, I think we do not want any of that. So one time I went with my girlfriend, now wife, and to show her a place and say, this is the place that I was going to. Damn, she didn't believe. Hear what she said.
I'm like, yo, this guy already bought the house. I thought he was like pulling my leg. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, let's go. Okay, we are trying to figure out the car. It was March or April. It was after graduation.
It was the April holidays. March, April school holidays.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Then we drive to Protea Glen Extension 20. He's like, okay, I want to show you where the showing room. Yeah. They call it the showing room. I stand to be corrected.
Yeah,
so it's like a full-on house that is ready. Then you just walk in to see and feel what the houses look like. Okay, we go in and he shows me, okay, it's gonna look like this. My one is 3-bed. We went to like a 1-bed, a 2-bed, and also like a 3-bed with an ensuite.
Yeah.
So we checked them out.
I think the difference was mine was not an ensuite.
Yeah.
And then at the showroom, they did not have it. First, 1 bedroom was there, 2 bedroom was there, and then there's the big one with ensuite.
With ensuite.
Mine was not ensuite.
It was not. So
like,
then
mine is similar.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, this is big. And at this point, I'm still like, there is no way. Like he was 22 when we finished.
I was 22, 23.
So I was 20.
I just turned 23.
Yeah.
And you were 20.
I was turning 27 that year. So I'm like, guy, are you sure? So he's like, okay, now I'm going to show you my property. Hey, now I'm like excited. I'm like, yes.
And then
we go across the street. No, we didn't push that thing.
Did we not push?
No.
It was like
first person got it. It was fine. I started pushing that car when we fell pregnant with our husband. So anyways, we go across the street and it's just land, guys. Like there's nothing. Harona ditena, kebo jam, mantswe mu.
Like it's like I'm
like, where is the house? It's like it's here. You know, when they say to me like, we'll move mountains. This guy's faith really moved mountains. I'm like, I don't see a house. Where's the house? He's like, don't worry. The next time you come back, the house will be there. I was so confused. I'm like, okay.
So let's talk about the administration. That's the second part. What exactly happened? So on a Saturday, the guy said, man, we have to go to Jozi to sign in the documents. Then he asked me, can you drive yourself to Jozi Carlton Center, or should I come pick you up? By then, I was driving Uno Fire.
I remember you bought a shitty car. Uno. He bought a car, guys.
There was no way I was going to drive that car to Joburg, man. There was no way I was going to drive that car to Joburg, because you know what I'm saying. Uno Fire. Then he came morning, collected me, and then we went to Joburg Carlton Center. We went to floor 7 or floor 8 where Cosmopolitan had offices to do signing of the documents. I don't remember them quite well. There was quite a lot of documents, and then it was more, they set us more like in a class format, and then they have piles of documents in front of us, and then the guy would be in front of us and say, okay, first one, please take it out. That's registration documentations. Please sign, please read, sign, make sure that you have the initials on each page at the bottom. So we did bond registration, we did lawyer documentation, filling up, we signed the offer, like the banks gave us offers, then we had to sign to accept it. There was about 14 people in there, mostly young people, mixed ladies and gents were in there. And with that, it was my first property. What I really loved about it is there was no transfer duty. Why? Because it was a new development. Nobody stayed in the house, new development. And then it was 100% loan and was offered by Standard Bank. Every time when I apply for loans, Standard Bank is the one that comes first, and they give me an offer, which is quite exciting. So legal fees were covered with that. I did not pay any deposit because I didn't have any house before, and legal fees were covered. It was a new building, no transfer cost, and I only started paying this house after I moved in. I guess that's taking us to the last part of the video, which is moving in. It took about a month or two, and let's say 2 months, 2 months to build a house. Right. So as I was visiting the place just to make sure that this really happening, every Saturday I will drive there morning because I didn't have anything happening in my life. There was no schooling, nothing. I was fresh-minded on the weekend. So I would drive to Extension 29 protected land, get in there, see, then you'll see like they've started building and it continues. And when they build, they were not just building my house, they were building almost 4 or 5 houses in the same street. They were building faster. And which we're going to talk about the pro and the cons and advantages on the next episode about the developer houses and the problems that people experienced. I experienced personally, and others that people experience. So let's park it for the next one. So I always went to check if things were working, if this is not a scam. But they completed building this house in 3 months, 2 months, about 2 months. And I moved in alone. It was the most amazing moment in my life. From the guy calling me and saying, your house is ready, you can move in. Amazing moment. Like, did he just say your house is ready? Like my house, KG? After spending the entire time in informal settlement, then this guy says my house. Then he says, when do you want to collect the key? It was during the week. Then he called me about 12. Then I asked him if it's possible for me to collect the key the same day in the afternoon after work. Then he said, no problem, you can come. That's how I was excited. It's level of excitement I was in. So he went, then he opened their house for me and said, this is your house, Mr. Lebaki. Then call me Mr. Lebaki. And open, I was overjoyed. I was super, super happy. And I moved in alone. It was an amazing time of my life. I was a property owner at 22 years old. 22, 23 years old. I had my own yard, especially after living in a back room, with a lot of restrictions, a lot of people in the yard. It was slightly different. We had, moving around, we had neighbors. Because, like they just build houses, they don't build the fence, the wall fence. You do whole lot of developments for yourself. Like in the house, let me go into detail in the house. In the house, there's no tiles, just flat, clean place. There's no butlers. There's only that tiny kitchen on the side. The zinc, basically the zinc. The hard one, is it the zinc? The zinc one? Yeah, the zinc one that you open. And basically there's nothing. You have to work on it. So you're gonna start working. Right, but what was quite exciting is this neighborhood was for young people. Most people were young. The youngest was 21, 22. I was 22, 23. The oldest, I think, was like 40, which was not old. And we started calling each other Mumake. Because I was young, I then made friendship with the youngest, which was, he lived house 1, 2, like 2 houses apart. Then we became friends. Even today, we're still friends And man, I respect him for who he is. He's quite an amazing person that I've ever met, man. Amazing person that I've ever met. But yeah, that's how it went. That's the process from pre-buying to administration to moving in with excitement and all overjoyed, all over the place. And I hope this video is going to give you some value. If it does give you value, let me know in the comment section. If you're going through the same process, maybe you're stuck somewhere, please share some lights. Let's just get in and see if we can maybe send a encouragement, a tip to each other. And if you enjoyed this video, you will definitely going to enjoy this one. If you like it, don't be shy, give it a like. And if you think this video is going to benefit somebody, mama, rakadi, malume, ratswale, click on the share button, copy the link, send it to them, go WhatsApp, fast. And I will see you on the next one. For now, take care, guys.